Hello and welcome to Educator.com's AP Studio Art 2D Design Portfolio course. We are today going to be looking at another breadth project called Colors, based on the concept of color. So let's jump in. Alright, so there's color theory, which is kind of an important concept for you to know. There's a couple of different areas within color theory that we're going to talk about today. The first is the color wheel. So you've probably heard people talk about primary colors, and you're like, okay, I know that the primaries are red, green, blue, whatever, right? Or yellow, or something like that. And we see stuff made about the primary colors, and you see these different sorts of colors being used, but how do we label them? All right, so that's where the color wheel comes in helpful, or becomes helpful for us. All right, the next thing we're going to look at is color harmony and context. And then lastly, we're going to look at color in photography, because even though we know about all these colors now, how are we going to use that knowledge and help it emphasize our photography? All right, so let's start. We're going to start with the color wheel. The old color wheel, you can see, is over here, and then it's been developed over time, and this is where it is today. So you can see all sorts of different colors happening on the color wheel, and we generally try to categorize colors into primary, into analogous, and then the different types of color, which we're going to get a little bit more into in just a second. But we kind of know about the rainbow, right? So we go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, blah, blah, blah. All right, and that's kind of how the colors have been organized into, I don't know, what we would call temperature, right? So the warmer colors are going to be on this side of the color wheel, and the cooler temperature or colors are going to be on this side of the color wheel. Alright, so continuing on with the color wheel, there's three different types of color. We categorize in three different types of ways, and I kind of mentioned it to you before. But primary is going to be red, blue, and yellow. They're the only three colors that you cannot be mixed or formed by a combination of other colors. A lot of times people think that green is a primary. It's not. It's actually just red, blue, and yellow, and then we can make other colors using those three colors. And that becomes our secondary colors. So secondary are green, yellow, and purple, and you mix the primaries to get these colors. And if you've ever done any kind of art, or as a kid you started to mix paint and things like that, you've probably experimented and know which colors kind of mix together to create certain types of colors. The last category of colors is called tertiary. So yellow, orange, red, orange, those types of colors, those tertiary colors that are combinations and in-between colors, are colors formed by mixing primary and secondary colors together. So if I took red and I mixed red with green, then I would get something along one of these tertiary colors in here.